I went down a rabbit hole to distract myself from the world's news and the shit that we're in. It's exhausting, and I'm kind of here for it. And maybe you want to go down this rabbit hole with me too. I'm not saying that I believe any of this, but it is kind of fun. And that's that the most recent appearance of Jim Carrey at some French movie award thing was not Jim Carrey. It was someone else pretending to be Jim Carrey. Now, one would easily and reasonably believe that that's just nonsense, given that obviously people have plastic surgery, some extreme plastic surgery. They can wear colored contacts. They can dye their hair, all sorts of things that would lend one to believe that that is Jim Carrey. He doesn't look like himself. But there's also knowing Jim Carrey, knowing his roles, knowing what might lead one to believe this. Now, Jim Carrey was in the movie Man on the Moon, which was about Andy Kaufman, who also had a proclivity for shenanigans by pretending to be other people. He pretended to be this made-up person called Tony Clifton, which was sometimes played by Andy Kaufman and sometimes played by Bob Zamuda. No one could tell. And Andy often joked about faking his own death and disappearing, and that's what many people thought happened, even though he had cancer and died. But one would think that Jim Carrey, who played Andy Kaufman into the degree of being too method that people hated the entire process of making the movie. You can watch everything about it. Danny DeVito talks about how terrible it was to be in that movie with Jim Carrey, who was always Andy Kaufman. Anyway, one could imagine, because Jim, several years ago said he was retiring and trying to just focus on himself and has been doing a lot of painting. And anyway, it would stand to reason for him to mess around a little bit with people and have some fun and do something goofy like that in the vein of an Andy Kaufman. And I'm kind of here for it. Now, I don't know that I believe it, but it's also not out of the realm of possibility. Anyway, just some distracting, fun little rabbit holes to go down if you want to.